Welcome into Duval Daily presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan DeLugo. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's time for our rookie stock watch. We're going to do this every week. We're going to buy, sell, or hold Jaguars 2022 rookie class stock, plus Travis Etienne, who for all intents and purposes is a rookie in 2022. Hit me up on Twitter at Jordan DeLugo. Let me know what you think here. You can follow Generation Jaguar at Generation Jag. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you're on YouTube. Let's get into it. First overall pick in 2022, Trayvon Walker, outside linebacker for the Jaguars. Incredibly stout against the run. That's where it starts for the Jaguars in this game. Their goal was to keep Jonathan Taylor in check, and that's exactly what they did. Trayvon Walker was a big part of that, setting a hard edge against the run. He was able to dictate against the Colts tackles and stack them, shed them, and control them at the point of attack, which was really impressive. He also showed the ability to drop into coverage, which is something you've seen him practice throughout his time in Jacksonville. You saw him do it at times at Georgia in college as well. And then the ultimate reason that he is in Jacksonville, his pass rush prowess, his ability to impact the quarterback, to impact the opposing team's passing game. He did some really good things in this one. He's not as consistent as you want him to be as a pass rusher. He's not dominating every single rep yet. But game 2 of his rookie season, 3 pressures, a quarterback hit, a forced interception when he was looping around from the defensive left side. The defense created a huge hole in the middle where he was just screaming into the backfield at Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan was forced to get rid of the football, threw an interception, the first interception of the game to Rayshon Jenkins. And it was just a big performance for Trayvon Walker all around. Against the run, dropping in coverage, creating pressure. This is a big buy for the first overall pick, who through the first 2 games has shown the ability to be a game wrecker. You saw the Colts chipping and doubling him a little bit in this one. So this is a huge buy. Obviously, the Jaguars were maligned a little bit for the selection at the time. I did not have Trayvon Walker as the first overall pick. But one thing that has been clear, whether you're looking back at his time at Georgia, whether you're looking at what he's done in Jacksonville, the ability is there. The talent is there for him to be the most impactful defender from the 2022 rookie class. Right now, he has been a huge impact for the Jaguars already in just his first 2 games. So he's a big buy. Getting into the Jaguars' second first-round pick of 2022, Devin Lloyd. This might have been the most complete game we've seen from a Jaguars linebacker since 2017. I mean, man coverage, zone coverage, flat defense, clicking and firing. His ability to diagnose what's happening in front of him, quickly react, and use his range, his explosiveness, his length to make impacts, whether it's in coverage or against the run. Has a huge tackle radius thanks to those long arms and explosiveness. And he just sees the field so well. It looked like things were moving a little fast for him in week 1. Not the case in week 2. He looked calm, cool, collected, confident, ready to make plays. Again, both against the run and in coverage for the Jaguars. He was targeted 5 times in coverage, only allowed 18 total yards, picked up 3 pass breakups and an interception. Foley Fatukasi got his hands on a Matt Ryan pass late in that game, and Devin Lloyd was able to pick it off. It was really a gimme for him on that one. But he had another one in the end zone just on the drive earlier than that where he coulda, shoulda, woulda had another interception. But massive performance for Devin Lloyd, who really helped the Jaguars out in both phases of the defense, stopping the run and in coverage in this one. He's playing at a really high level right now. Did not look like a rookie by any stretch. He's leading all NFL rookies in tackles right now with 17. In this game specifically, he had 6 total tackles, 3 pass breakups, a late pick, and again, should have had another one. Devin Lloyd, 27th overall pick, a massive buy right now, just like Trayvon Walker. This rookie class with those 2 first-round picks, they're starting to play really good football really early in their young careers. If they can keep this up, it's going to be a nightmare for opposing offenses down the stretch here. Travis Etienne, the second first-round pick of 2021, who did not play in 2021 due to that Liz Frank injury suffered in the preseason. When you look at what he did here, every time you get him the ball in space, good things happen. The hands looked good today, did not let any passes hit the ground. Ball security was on point. When he has the ball in his hands, he's getting extra yards, making people miss consistently. Looking at his stats here, rushing the ball, 9 carries for 20 yards. The Jaguars really didn't do a great job of creating space for their runners in this one, whether it was Travis Etienne or James Robinson. I think the Colts defense prides themselves on stopping the run pretty clearly. And they did a good job of doing that against the Jaguars outside of a few carries here and there, that big James Robinson touchdown run. But the Colts, they were kind of selling out to stop the run, daring the Jaguars to pass the ball. Jaguars did that with extreme efficiency in this one. So when you look at the stats for the Jaguars runners from this, not that impressive. Again, 9 carries for 20 yards from Etienne. But looking at what he did in the passing game, that I did find very impressive. 3 receptions for 33 yards. Made some guys miss in space. As I mentioned, he's always getting extra yards by making people miss, whether it be fighting through a tackle, juking them, just one cut and exploding in the other direction. What's so impressive about the 3 receptions for 33 yards is it was 43 yards of yak on that. A lot of those catches were behind the line of scrimmage, and he was able to create with the ball in his hands. Travis Etienne is another big buy for the Jaguars this week. Now you've got Luke Fortner, the 65th overall pick in 2022 for the Jaguars, top of the 3rd round center. He's had an up and down first 2 weeks, both in run blocking and in pass protection, right? I think you've seen some plays where you see them and you're like, wow, this guy is going to be a Pro Bowler very soon. You see others where he has some difficulties and some one-on-one blocks. And now, he's been going up against, this week he had Grover Stewart and Deforest Buckner. He had one-on-ones against both of them. Last week it was Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne. You're not going to face this level of talent every single week, right? Jonathan Allen and DeForest Buckner, 2 of the very best interior defensive linemen in the game right now. Deron Payne is an extremely talented interior pass rusher, and Grover Stewart is one of the more underrated bigs in the game right now, especially in run defense, where he's stout, he's physical, he's mean, he's nasty. So Luke Fortner, it's been a little up and down, right? Against some really good competition, first 2 games of his career. I think you've seen some things in the running game where he's able to get out and impact multiple defenders that you really love to see. You've also seen him do some really good things in pass protection, whether it be on double teams, taking on one pass rusher head up, one-on-one, whether it be crashing down against other guys or just showing some nice techniques where he might get beat and he can anchor down, or get beat initially, then anchor down, get beat initially, and then just throw an arm out there at the right time where he's able to get enough of the defender to where they're not able to impact the play. But certainly some ones where Grover Stewart took advantage of him this week happened last week as well. I think he is showing development. I think he's still going through it a little bit. Right now, Luke Fortner is a hold. I'm not buying more stock on Luke Fortner, but I am holding the stock I do have. I think he's going to end up being a quality starter for the Jaguars for a long time. And I think he's going to be a guy that will have really high-level moments throughout games for you, as we've already seen. Chad Muma, special teams only this week for Chad Muma, did not get on the field on defense, which you hate for him because he busted his ass throughout training camp in the preseason to really get acclimated into this defense and ended up starting to play really well, played very well on defense in the limited snaps he had in week 1, but he's making the most of his opportunities on special teams. He had 3 special teams tackles in this one. Big time buy for his special teams ability. You want to see him be able to get on the field on defense, but with Devin Lloyd playing as well as he is and Foye Oluokun being one of the captains on defense, it's just kind of hard to get Muma out there at this point unless he's just spelling one of those two guys. But he's a big-time buy as well. I think he's going to end up being a long-term starter for the Jaguars at linebacker. In the meantime, he's making an impact for them on special teams. That's what you love to see from young players who drafted fairly highly, a day 2 pick, but he's buying into the idea of earning it on special teams and getting in on defense eventually for the Jaguars. Love to see that attitude for Chad Muma. Overall, big week for the Jaguars rookies, big week for the Jaguars as a whole, dominating their opponents 24-0, their divisional opponents. They came in with the goal of stopping the run, which would allow them to pin their ears back against the pass. That's exactly what happened. Trayvon Walker and Devin Lloyd were a big part of that for the Jaguars defense. That is going to do it. Follow me on Twitter at Jordan DeLugo, Generation Jaguar at Generation Jag. Please like and subscribe on YouTube. If you want to support the channel further, you can go pick up a new hat or shirt on genjag.com. You can also check out the channel membership. We've got links in the description below. Thanks so much for tuning in, Duval. Have a great Wednesday.